from My News 26 and CCTV. It's high school basketball. Coming to you tonight from Cadillac High School. This 26 Sports and CCTV high school basketball presentation is brought to you by Munson Healthcare Cadillac Rehab Services.
And good Friday evening, everybody, and welcome to Cadillac High School. It is ball night here on 26 Sports and CCTV. Tonight's presentation of boys Big North basketball action brought to you in part by Munson Healthcare Cadillac Rehab Services. Alongside my good friend Kevin Gregory, I'm Jay Simon. Thrilled to have you with us. It is Fan Appreciation Night here in Cadillac as the Vikings playing host to the Alpena Wildcats. They had the students, the kids who were all in here, got in for $1. They're all wearing cool t-shirts, setting up the tunnel for the Vikings to run through. Just a great family atmosphere tonight. I know you got your wife and kids here tonight. Just a really cool atmosphere. The Cadillac Pep Band is here, and it is a great night for some hoops between two teams who have already played each other once. Of course, Alpena making the trip that Mark View of the Cadillac Evening News likes to say from the other side of the world.
True.
Feels like
True.
that when you're on a bus, for crying out loud. 3 hours by bus. It's just insane. But when you're a Class A school that sits over there in the northeast side of the state with no other Class A schools around you, you don't have a whole lot of choice playing in the Big North. The Alpena Wildcats, the most heavily traveled team in northern Michigan, I'm sure. Probably some UP fans listening to me saying, wait a minute now, but still. But these Wildcats come into this one, Kevin, with a 60-49 win over these Vikings under their belt on their home court. But we talk about it whenever we talk about the Alpena having to make these trips. Sometimes that bus ride, you don't have a whole lot of time to get your legs under you. How much impact does that have?
Well, I come from an area where my longest road trip was 15 minutes. So I have no idea what it's like to go 3 hours on a bus and then play a basketball game. I can't imagine that's going to be fun, but obviously it's something they're used to. You know, Coach Pintar was mentioning before the game that he loves making the trip over here. He knows every time he comes to Cadillac it's going to be a dogfight. They're ready for it. It's going to be a great night, wonderful atmosphere. I can't wait for it.
Yeah, Coach Pintar's been in Alpena 17 years. Was a friend and rival of Coach Jeff McDonald, who was here in Cadillac prior to Coach Benzenberg, and so he's got a long history there. And these Wildcats have fallen on some hard times the last couple of years. Well, really just last season. They had a 3-year stretch where they averaged 18, 19 wins per year. Couldn't get out of districts, though, losing to TC West. And you know that Coach Pintar would like to see that turned around. They come into this contest 6-7. Again, mentioning they got that win over the Vikings, and that was largely due to 6'4" sophomore Krista Rocher, 25 points against the Vikings in that previous contest. Coach Benzenberg saying about that one, it was all defensive rebounding. They just couldn't keep Alpena off the glass. That's going to be huge tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait to watch 33 Krista Rocher and 23 Cam DeCare. Coach Pintar says they go as those two players go. DeCare coming off a 23-point performance Monday against Gaylord, and you mentioned that DeRocher put up 25 against Cadillac early in the year. So clearly they have two guys that can put the ball in the hole, and if Coach Pintar was saying, or Coach Benzenberg was saying that it was due to defensive rebound, that's definitely something Cadillac has shored up specifically on this 4-game win streak they have.
Perfect segue. They started the season with 3 wins, lost 6 in a row, but they've won 4 in a row, and they've been convincing victories. They are in the Big North race. You look at the Big North standings, Cadillac's just a game behind Petoskey and TC West in the loss column, and this would be a big victory for them tonight. Alpena at 3-3, really not out of it either, just 2 games back. The Big North has been tight all season long, and Cadillac has really done a great job. They don't have a lot of size, but they've got a lot of tweeners, and they've done a great job on the glass, especially Clayton McCarthy and Vinny Genema down low.
For me, it all started for Cadillac when they got down big to Petoskey and they came back and won. And it seems like they've been on fire ever since then. And like we talked about, everything that they've had to do to win games, they've done well.
Absolutely. The pep band suddenly stopping playing, and all of a sudden now I can hear myself think. Should be a great one tonight. Boys Big North basketball action coming up here shortly. Need to thank Pizza Plus, Cadillac Tire, and High Point Cadillac GMC as well for their support of boys basketball action here on 26 Sports and CCTV. Starting lineups and the tip-off coming up right after this.